Level 1, $0. It's a Tuesday. A $4 coffee clears before your paycheck does. The balance tips to -4. You don't notice yet. You're already at work, already thinking about the next thing. The bank notices first. A $35 overdraft fee posts at 2 a.m. while you sleep. No warning, no notification until morning. The system doesn't explain, it executes. Then it happens again. The card gets declined at the pump that evening, and a second fee stacks on the first $70 gone because you were $4 short for half a day. You call, hold music loops 3 times. When a person finally answers, the voice is polite and far away, reading from a screen you can't see. The fee is a courtesy, she says. You paid $35 to spend 4 you didn't have. You ask if it can be reversed. She says she'll make a note at the branch. There's glass between you and the money. You stand, the teller sits, you slide your card under the partition like evidence. She doesn't look up until the screen tells her to. You feel something that isn't anger, just tired. The bank doesn't see you. At 0, you aren't a customer, you're a cost. Level 2, $2,000. You keep a cushion now. Rent clears on the 1st. The lights stay on. For the first time, the balance doesn't make your stomach drop when you open the app. Then a maintenance fee hits, anyway $12, sometimes $15, quietly withdrawn for the privilege of holding your own money. You didn't agree to it out loud. You agreed to it in paragraph 9 of something you signed years ago. There's an out-of-network ATM fee too, $3 a withdrawal, because the bank's machines are never where you are. When you step up to the counter, the smile changes. It becomes professional, trained. The teller offers you a credit card with a name that sounds like an upgrade and an interest rate printed in gray. She offers an overdraft protection plan that costs money to protect you from the fees the bank invented. There's still glass. You still stand. But now they want to sell you something, which means now you're worth selling too. The fee is small enough that fighting it costs more than paying it. The bank knows this. That's the math. They aren't trying to break you. They're harvesting you gently on a schedule. You're not invisible anymore. You're a margin. Level 3, 20,000. You have savings now, real ones. The kind that survive a flat tire on a Tuesday without a phone call to anyone. The overdraft fee never comes because the balance never dips. The thing they punished you for at 0 simply stops existing. Same account, same bank. The penalty just quietly turns itself off. At the branch, someone waves you past the glass. A banker stands, offers a hand, offers a chair. You sit down for the first time. There's a desk between you now, not a wall. He has a nameplate. He has a coffee he offers to refill. He calls it a relationship. He means a profile. He asks about your goals, your timeline, whether you've thought about letting your money work. What he's really asking is how long the money will sit still, because money that sits still is money the bank lends out at a profit while paying you almost nothing to hold it. Nothing changed except your number matched a pattern that pays them. The warmth isn't a reward for being a good person. It's a forecast. You stopped being a cost. You started being inventory. Level 4, 75,000. Now a letter arrives, heavy paper, your name embossed, preferred. The maintenance fees vanish, waived without you asking. The out-of-network ATM charge gets refunded automatically at the end of the month. The things everyone below you still pays, you no longer even see. You're walked back to an office with a door that closes. Someone asks if you want water sparkling or still. The smile is warmer now, and it arrives before you've said anything. It's responding to a screen that loaded your name, your balance, and your potential before you sat down. They offer a line of credit you didn't ask for at a rate you'd have begged for at 0. The cheaper the money, the less you actually need it, and the more of it they hand you. At the bottom, you paid the highest rates and the highest fees because you had the least room to argue. Up here, money is nearly free and it flows toward the people who need it least. That's not a glitch. That's the design working perfectly. You're not a customer they tolerate. You're one they keep. Level 5, a quarter million. You get a name now, a person with a direct line who answers on the second ring. No hold music, no menu. No, your call is important to us. The looping 3 times hold from level 1 belongs to someone else's life entirely. Your advisor calls to check in. He remembers your kids' names, off a note in a file. He asks how the renovation's going. The warmth is real, and it is also scheduled. There's a calendar reminder somewhere that tells him to care today. A black card arrives, no annual fee printed anywhere, because for you, there isn't one. An invitation comes, a dinner, a market outlook evening, wine you didn't pay for. They will want you in the room with other people like you because people who feel cared for move their money less and complain less. The same fees that drain the account at zero now generate somewhere above you a quiet stream of revenue the bank carefully protects you from. The penalty became a perk. Same fee, different name next to it. You don't ask the bank for things anymore. It asks you. Level 6, $1 million. The branch is gone entirely. There's a floor now, high in a tower that you reach by an elevator that needs a card to stop there. No line, no counter, no glass, because glass is for keeping people out and you're already in. The carpet is thick enough to swallow the sound of your own footsteps. 2 people stand when you enter. They call it private wealth. They've already read a file on you before the handshake. They don't sell you products. They build solutions, which is the same thing with better tailoring. They offer loans against your investments, so you never have to sell anything, so your money keeps earning while you spend money you borrowed against it. They hand your own collateral back to you as credit and charge you gently for the favor. They explain how the very rich rarely have money in the way you used to. They borrow it from the value of things they refuse to let go of. The system that fined you $35 for being 4 short now lends you millions for being still. You're not a client here. You're an asset they manage. Level 7, 5 million. Nobody sends you a card now. A person flies to you. The relationship manager clears his afternoon, sits in your living room, and walks you through structures with names you've never heard, trusts, holding entities, a foundation in your name. The conversation isn't about your account anymore. It's about your bloodline, your taxes, the decade after you're gone. The fees still exist. They're just larger and quieter, folded into basis points you'll never feel, paid by the size of the thing rather than charged against you. At zero, $35 was a punishment you noticed at 2 a.m. At 5 million, a far bigger number is a rounding error you approve with a nod without ever feeling it leave. You don't talk to one person now. You have a team, a banker, a lawyer the bank introduced you to, a tax specialist who appears on a screen when summoned. They coordinate around you like staff around a small country. The bank works the same hours for you as it did at zero. It just sends better people in better shoes to a better room. You don't visit the bank. The bank visits you. Level 8, $25 million. There is no branch, no floor, no card, no app you check. There's a dinner. A managing director you've met twice flies in to ask what you're worried about. Not what you need, what you're worried about. The bank now manages your fear, not your account. The institution rearranges itself around you. Products get built to fit your situation, not the other way around. The rules everyone below you obeys become, for you, a list of things to negotiate. The fee schedule that was iron at the bottom is a first draft up here. The same bank that closed an account over a $4 coffee now asks sincerely how it can be more useful. It will move meetings. It will fly people across the country. It will lose money on your everyday banking because the relationship is worth more than the margin. Nothing about the bank changed across all 8 levels. The fees, the hold music, the glass, the smile, they were always there the whole time, waiting to see which version of themselves to show you. You don't have an account here. You have an audience. Go back to the beginning. A Tuesday, a $4 coffee, a balance that tips to -4 while you sleep, a $35 fee at 2 a.m., hold music looping 3 times, glass between you and the money. You stand, the teller sits, and you feel something that isn't anger, just tired. It's the same person at every level, the same Tuesday, the same coffee, the same human being walking into the same building. Your handwriting didn't change. Your face didn't change. Your worth as a person didn't move a single dollar in either direction. The bank never saw a person at all. It saw a number, and the number decided whether you were a cost to be charged or a fear to be soothed. The smile, the chair, the closing door, the dinner, none of it was about you. It was about what was next to your name. The system was never broken. It was working exactly as designed, every minute at every level. The cruelty at the bottom and the tenderness at the top came from the same machine, running the same instructions, reading the same field. You are the same person at every balance. The bank just decides who you're allowed to be based on the number beside it. And indifference at that scale looks exactly like cruelty at the bottom and exactly like love at the top. It was neither. It was only ever the math.